It looks like we've got South Africa in the house. We've got Mexico in the house, and all across North America. We've got Canada in the house. So once again today, I want to thank you for joining us. If you are watching this presentation, then you have likely seen our 2-minute video, you've attended one of our launch calls, or you have attended one of our overviews. Today, what I want to talk about is the difference between the different bundles, the different starter packs that World Global has to offer. Now, the first thing that I want to just touch on is that I want to remind everybody that when you get started with World Global, you are purchasing a business. This is a willable, sellable, transferable business. This is an income-producing asset that has the potential to continue to pay you for months and even years to come. So I want everyone just to remember that as we go through these different options that are available to you. Of course, you can find our full income disclosure at worldgn.com. There is nothing, we do not make any guarantees here. So we can, in fact, we'll be playing the income disclosure here at the beginning of this presentation, and at the end of the presentation, we'll be adding that in as well. So be sure to go to worldgn.com for a full income disclosure. But I want to talk about the different packs that are available to you for a moment. The first pack that we offer is called a single box set. I'm just going to write single here on the board. Single box set. And the single box set is $349. I want to talk a little bit about who this would be good for. If this, these typically people that start with this pack are usually individuals that are looking to be a customer with World Global. They love what the Hilo does. They can see themselves wearing it personally, or someone who may be a referral partner, somebody that wants to be a customer with benefits. And what I mean by that is someone that wears the device and they go out and share it. It's a conversation piece. It comes up when you start showing your friends, your family members, your colleagues that you have the ability to be able to run an EKG, that you have the ability to be able to monitor your blood pressure, remotely monitor others. I always pull up my grandmother who lives in Las Vegas, and I show people her breath rate, blood pressure, her heart rate, and immediately it just sparks a conversation. So perhaps you're comfortable with just wearing it and sharing it, and then just referring people to the company to go, when they ask you where they can buy it, you have the opportunity. This is a great spot for you to get started. Our referral partners have an opportunity to earn 10% of every single purchase that's made in the store. So it's no different than if I were to refer somebody to my cable company. My cable company gives me a $50 referral fee when I refer people to them. My dentist gives me a referral fee when I refer people over there. I get $75 when I refer somebody to my dentist. So this would be the exact same scenario. So the $349 option is a great option for somebody that wants to be a customer, or perhaps they want to be a customer with benefits. They want to take advantage of some of the referral options that are available. The second option that we offer is our family pack. Our family pack is more of a business. This is for someone that's looking at starting a business. They're looking to really go out and build a long-term business here. I would call this a small business builder. The family pack is $1,349. And this particular pack, what it does is it comes with a single box set. It also comes with 4 multicolored band packs. It also comes with 4 free germanium stone sets. These are the germanium stones that go on the inside of the band, very comfortable. And then, of course, you also get 4 of our incredible BioZen technology for free. So you're getting about close to $600-700 worth of free product with the family pack. And I want to go back for just a moment on the single box set. I didn't cover that. So you're getting a Hilo. You're also getting a multicolored band pack, and you're getting some of the germanium stone set that's valued at $160. Absolutely free. So that comes with the single box set. Again, the family pack comes with 4 Hilos, 4 of the multicolored band packs. It also comes with 4 free germanium stone sets, and you're getting 4 of our BioZen technology as well. So you're getting approximately $600+ worth of product for free. And one of the advantages of the family pack is it also allows you to be able to have 3 business centers, which gives you 3 times the earning potential. The number one objective when we're in business is to be profitable. And the number one way to be profitable in network marketing is to maximize the compensation plan. The family pack definitely allows you to be able to do that. And then, of course, for those of you that are saying, look, if I'm going to do this, I'm all in. We have what's called a premium pack. And the premium pack is a one-time investment of $1,999. $999. Now, I like this pack for a couple of different reasons. You know, there's a saying in this industry, if you treat it like a business, it will pay you like a business. You know, one of the first things that I love to do personally is when I sign someone up into my business, I don't want them to have to wait for up to 3 weeks to get their product in the mail. So what I do is I give them their product right away. Even if they live out of state, I'll overnight them the product, so they usually have it within a couple of days. And what does that do for them? It allows them to put it on their wrist. They go out, they start wearing it and sharing it. They immediately start showing their friends, their family members, and their colleagues. The last thing that I want is for my new promoter to have to wait for 3 weeks before they go out and start wearing it and sharing it. So I run an exchange program in my business. I give them a pack, and then what happens is when they get their package, their family pack or their premium pack down the road, they just send me one of those box sets back. And so I constantly have inventory that's going in and out. Another thing that I do that's really helped me grow my business is I love to put these helos on people's wrists. You know, if I have friends or family members or colleagues that come over to the home, or if I know that I'm going to be meeting with them, typically what I'll do is I'll bring an extra box set with me. So it helps me to have a little bit of extra inventory. And then what I tell them is, listen, I just launched a technology company. The stock is going through the roof, and I'm doing a little bit of market research. Would you be willing to wear this for the next week and just give me your feedback? And of course they oblige. And so, you know, we get the helo set up on their wrist. I show them the functionalities on our app, and I let them go with it. And here's what happens. This happens every single time. So before I even have a chance to follow up, they typically text me within the first day or two and say, man, this thing's crazy. I've been running an EKG in myself every morning. I love being able to look at my blood pressure. But then here's what happens a couple of days later after that. They always come back and say, hey, listen, my mom is interested in this. My dad is interested in this. You know, my sister's interested in learning more about this. And the funny thing is that they're not even in the business. They're not even a customer of mine yet. They're just wearing the device, but they're already going out there and sharing it. And that's what's so special about this product, is it's contagious. You want to go show people what this thing does. And so just by default, I have people going out, they're wearing it and they're sharing it. And so after a week, what do? I typically call them up and I just say, hey, listen, you've already got people that are asking you. You and I need to sit down over a cup of coffee. I need to show you how I'm making some money here doing exactly what you're already doing, which is just wearing it and sharing it. So you have a couple of different options and ways that you can get started. You know, people ask me all the time, Travis, how have you been able to create the type of income that you've created in such a short period of time here at World Global Network? And my answer is that I take this very seriously. This is not a hobby for me. I treat it like a business. You know, we work our business day in and day out, just like we would if we owned a franchise of McDonald's or any kind of franchise that you can imagine. And as a result of that, it pays me like a business. The difference is that I don't have to go out and, you know, take on a tremendous lease, invest a tremendous amount of money, and have to go through all of those things, yet I have the same, if not greater, income potential here. So that's something that I love. You know, not too long ago, I was talking with someone who recently had gotten involved in the business. And after a couple of weeks, this person said, you know, I'm just not sure if I'm cut out for this business. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue. And I said, okay, well, you know, tell me a little bit about that. What are your thoughts? And they said, well, you know, I just have talked to a couple of people and they just, you know, they weren't interested in the product, and I'm just not very good at sales. And I said, okay, so what is it that you do? And this person says, well, I'm an attorney. And I said, okay, great. Or excuse me, a realtor. And I says, okay, great. So you're a realtor. So let me ask you a question. So I'm guessing that, you know, there was a period of time that you probably had to go to school and you had to invest to get your real estate license. And he says, yes. And I said, okay, so, you know, how much money did it cost you to get that real estate license? And they said, well, you know, it cost me a couple of $1,000s when all was said and done. And I said, okay, so once you got that real estate license, I'm guessing that you were guaranteed that you were going to start generating some income at that point. And they laughed and they said, no, that's when it just started. You know, now I had to go out and I actually had to go start looking for the business. And I said, okay, great. So tell me about that a little bit. So how did you learn how to go out and get that business? And they says, well, you know, my broker puts a call on every single week that I plug into, and then I go to weekend seminars all the time to try and learn my craft, to try and improve my skills. And I says, okay. And I said, so, how much time did it take you? And they said, well, listen, it took me a couple of months before I actually got my first listing. It took me almost 6 months before things started coming in on a regular basis. And really, it took me a year before I really started to get to a point where I could depend and rely on my income. And I said, okay. And I said, here's the thing. And I said, so now, do you do pretty well? And they said, well, yeah, I actually do really well now. I'm in the top 10% of all of the realtors in my state. I says, okay, well, congratulations to you. I says, so here's the thing. The only difference between you and I, we both take our business very seriously. The only difference between you and I is that when you go out and you have to sell a home, when that home closes and you get a commission, you've got to go out and look for another property. The difference here is when I go out and build something over a period of a year and 2 years, it will continue to pay me potentially the rest of my life. But there's really no difference. You treat your business very seriously, and as a result of that, you're in the top 10% of the earners in your industry, in your craft. I take my business very seriously. I don't miss an event. I plug into the calls on a regular basis. I plug into the training so that I can continue to improve my skill set. I've spent tens of thousands of dollars on personal development over the years. Why? Because I understand that this business is really about the value that I can offer others, my ability to help people go from where they are to where it is that they want to go. So at the end of the day, you see, we're not that different at all. It all comes down to, if you treat it like a business, it will pay you like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, sometimes it will even cost you like a hobby. And so I share that story with you because at the end of the day, for me, I believe that this is by far the best possible path to be able to get started on. Now, I want to talk to you for a moment about a wealth building strategy that served me very well over the years. So when somebody like Warren Buffett or somebody like Richard Branson or Elon Musk goes and starts a new business, do you think that they use their money or do you think that they use the bank's money? Of course they use the bank's money, right? It's called OPM, other people's money. It's a form of leverage. And what do? They use the bank's money as bridge money to get the business off of the ground. And what do? They take the proceeds from the business, pay the bank off. And what they've done is they've acquired another income producing asset. You see, the difference between wealthy individuals and the middle class and even the lower class in the United States or even around the world is very simple. While the wealthy continue to use leverage to acquire other income-producing assets, the middle class and the lower class, unfortunately, they use leverage to get themselves into further debt. Let me give you an example of what I mean. So a credit card is a form of leverage. Even a payday loan, believe it or not, or a loan against a car or a title loan could be a form of leverage. A home equity line could be a form of leverage. The problem is, what do most people do with their credit cards? They get themselves into debt, right? They go out and they establish, or they go out and bring on consumer debt, and then they're a slave to that debt. And most of their excess money goes where? To pay the interest and pay the banks. So here's what I suggest. What I suggest is that when you're looking to start a business, first of all, if you take the premium pack, for example, and you were to put that on a credit card, your average interest payment on a $2,000 credit card is going to approximately be, it's going to be less than $200 per month. First of all, the initial purchase is a tax deduction. Why? Because you're starting a business. The interest payments are a tax deduction, right? Because it's servicing the debt to take on that business. But here's the thing. If you were to use your leverage to go out and acquire an income-producing asset like this business, and then what you do is you immediately take the proceeds that come in from the business first and you pay down your debt, what you do is you put yourself into the same position doing exactly what the wealthy do, which is now you've acquired an income-producing asset without coming out of pocket. That's how I look at this thing. Now, what I want to do is I want to go through and I want to just connect the dots, and I want to show you how quickly, just by getting started. Now, first of all, this is a business, right? A business requires hard work, smart work, dedication, and commitment. Once again, there's no guarantees at all with income. We can't make any guarantees. The one guarantee that we can make you is that you will never fail because of lack of support or lack of mentorship here with this group, with this team. But what I do want to do is I want to show you, just by following our system, how quickly you can put yourself into a position where you do get that money back. Now, I would imagine that most businesses, what would you guys say if you were to go start a business, a traditional business, right? It could be a coffee shop. It could be a juice shop. It could be a small health club, a boot camp place. I have a friend of mine that just started a boot camp facility, a 1,500 square foot boot camp facility, and it cost him $80,000 to buy the franchise and to get it off of the ground. $80,000 of debt. Now, I want you to think about that for a moment. Do you think that he expects that he's going to get 100% of his initial investment back within the first month? Obviously, that'd be pretty ridiculous. In fact, businesses are lucky within 1 to 2 years to be at a point where they have now earned the amount of money that they've come out of pocket with, right? They're happy to be just in the positive at that point. So let me show you the power of this industry and the power of the World Global Duplication System. So first of all, when you get started in a business, let's say that you buy a premium pack. Okay, first of all, you're getting a willable, this is you, willable, sellable, transferable business. If you come in on a family pack or a premium pack, you actually get 3 business centers. So there's 3 times the earning potential. You have the top position on your left team and the top position on your right team. But let's say now that you follow our duplication system. And within the first 48 hours, what we're going to do is we're going to teach you how to go out and start sharing a 2-minute video. If you can send a text message or you can send an inbox on Facebook Messenger, then you can be successful here. We're going to provide you with the scripts necessary to be successful. When I first started, I made a list, and I started with a short list. I started with just my friends, my family, my close colleagues, and what I did initially is I reached out to them and I just said, hey, listen, I've recently got involved in a technology company. The stock is climbing through the roof. I think that there's a window of opportunity here to go make a good amount of money. Would you be willing to watch a 2-minute video and just share your thoughts with me? That's it. That's all I did. I just texted that, copied and pasted, and sent it out. And immediately it sparked conversation. And from there, all I did is I said, listen, we're having an overview with my business partners tonight where we're going to be explaining how the opportunity works. It doesn't matter to me if you choose to get involved, but it does matter that you take a look. Why? Because you're my friend. And the last thing that I want is for you to come back a year from now and say, why didn't you tell me about this? So if I can reserve you a seat on that overview that's happening here in a couple of hours, would you be willing to listen in and let me know what you think? And the majority of them said, sure, yeah, I'll listen in. Why? Because I let them off the hook right up front. I said, it may be a good fit, may not, but I'd love to give you some more information. So again, all I did is I shared a 2-minute video and I invited them to learn more. That's it. No presenting, no selling. That's not my job. My job was just to get them in front of the 2-minute video. So what we're going to do is teach you a very similar system of how to go out, start sharing that 2-minute video with your contacts, plugging them into an overview. The goal is, within the first 48 hours, to help you go get your first 2 people. Now, most people typically come in either on a family pack or a premium pack when it comes into the business. And so let's say that you go get your first 2 people into the business, okay? First of all, what's going to happen is you're going to get a first order bonus just for sponsoring someone into the business. Remember, you get a 10% fast start bonus as soon as somebody purchases any product in your store. So let's say somebody purchases the family pack. They come in on a $1,349 pack, which is 500 points. 500 points. Okay, you get your first 2. What you've already done is you've already created $270 of income right out of the gate. Okay, that's the first thing that we've done. So right away, sponsoring 2 people, and I've immediately earned $270 as soon as they've enrolled into the business. Now from there, our system teaches you how to go help them get started and duplicate that exact same thing. Go get 2 people within the first week. So I'm going to say the first 7 days on here, okay? Just by doing that, by helping them duplicate that process, let's just do the math here, okay? Let's just say that these are all 500-point packs, 1,300. Some of them are going to come in premium packs, some of them come in lower, but it averages itself out. So let's say that these are the packs. So what you end up having is you end up having, at this point, 1,500 in team volume on each side, okay? Now, I want to point out, you guys, that once I went and you established and you got your first 2 people into the business, you are now qualified. You are now what's called a team builder executive, as long as you have 500 in volume on each side. That qualifies you to earn 20% of your team sales volume, 20% commissions of your team sales volume. So what's going to happen is just right at this point, just after the first 7 days, the easiest way to calculate this is to add up both sides, and whichever side has the lesser amount of volume, you're going to get paid 20%. In this case, they're both even. So that means that I have now generated an extra $300 in income just by helping the two people that I brought into the business, sponsoring those two, and helping them go get two. Now, over the course of the next 3 weeks, the goal is to help you continue to share the 2-minute video, continue to introduce people to the opportunity, those that want more information. And at that point, the goal is to help you go find 4 more people, 1, 2, 3, 4 on one side, and 4 more people on your other side. Okay? This is the first 30 days. By doing this, by following this system, what you have now done, if you sponsored 8 more people, you've now put yourself into a position where you've earned an additional $864 in commissions. That's assuming that they came in on family packs. Once again, you'll have some that'll come in on premium, some that'll come in on lower packs, but you get the idea. It's going to average itself out. So that's an additional $864 in income. Okay, you also now added 4 more people into your organization. 4 more people. Remember, these are 500 in volume, 500 in volume, 500 in volume, 500 in volume. So let's say that it averages itself out. You've got an additional 2,000 in volume, which is an additional $400 in income. Okay? So if you add all of this up, if you put this yourself up, you're looking at a total of $1,834 in earnings. And that is not including the check match, which, by the way, once you did this right here, once you got your 2 and you helped them go get 2, you are now a team developer and you are now qualified for all aspects of the compensation plan. So at this point, you are now qualified for a check match. What does that mean? It means every single person that you sponsor personally, so you've sponsored 10 people now, so you've got 10 people here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more. You've got 10 people here, and those people are starting to generate an income off of their team commissions. Well, guess what? You get 10% of every single one of their checks every single week based on their team sales volume for life. If you add that into the mix, you put yourself into a position where you can see how within the first 30 days, the potential to be able to earn your initial investment back is there. Because I don't know about you, but I don't know of any business that allows you to be able to go and do this, to be able to put yourself into a position where you can earn your initial investment back within the first 30 days. Now, do we have people that do more than this? Absolutely. Does everybody do this? No, we can't guarantee anything. It all comes down to your willingness to be able to be teachable, coachable, plug into a system, and learn the skill sets that are necessary to be able to start inviting people to look at the 2-minute video, and then, of course, following up and then moving them over into the overviews, right? So I want to talk about one more thing here before we wrap up. This isn't going to be a long presentation today, but I want to talk about the value of an income-producing asset, and then we'll go from there. So, all right, so here we go. So first of all, I want to talk a little bit about I was looking the other day and I was trying to figure out what is the true value of a residual income, of a royalty income. A residual income is money that continues to come month after month, right? Regardless of whether or not you go to work, you've got money that's just continually coming in. So if let's just say hypothetically speaking, let's say that you were in a position where in the first year, you went out there, you started sharing the plan, your business started to grow, and let's say that you got to the point where you were earning $2,000 per month. And over the course of the next 12 months, you put yourself into a position where you made $24,000. Okay, first of all, not bad, right? How would an extra $2,000 per month make a difference for you and your family at this point right now? I remember when I first got started in network marketing, and we weren't breaking any records. We were dabbling in it in the beginning, and we made an extra $15,000, maybe $20,000 the first year. But for me, that gave me something that I don't think that you can put a price tag on, which is peace of mind. It allowed us to be able to have a little bit of extra spending money, go out to dinner a little bit more. I kind of joke now and say it was my wife's shoe money. But in all reality, what it did is it just gave me a little bit of peace of mind in my life. But what happened was the organization started to grow, and this is when I realized the power of this industry, because what I found was even though I was only putting maybe an hour a week into my business in that first year, because I had another company that we were focused on, what I found was that we consistently put in 4 to 5 people per month over the course of the first, for 12 months. So we put in about 50 people in our first year into the business, but after that first year, we had about 300-400 people in our business. And what I realized was that all of those people were going to work full-time to pay their bills, but in their part-time, their spare time, they were working on building their fortune. But in the process of working on building their fortune, we were also building our fortune, right? Because if I help enough people get what they want, I can have everything that I want in my life. That's when I realized the power of this industry. By the second year, our income had grown to $3,000 to $4,000 per month. And again, we were still working this in our spare time, in the nooks and crannies of our life. For those of you that are watching this saying, gosh, I just don't know I have enough time. Here's the reality. You can go about your day doing exactly what you do right now, having the same meetings, the same interactions. All you have to do is become interested in others, become more acutely aware of the conversations around you, because what you're going to find is most people are not satisfied with their circumstances. Most people are living paycheck to paycheck with maxed out credit cards and broken dreams. They don't like their job. They don't like their boss. Every Sunday they're saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe I got to go back to work tomorrow. I can't afford this. I can't afford that. All you have to do is learn to say these words. Maybe I can help. Maybe I can help. You see, Summer and I recently got started in this little part-time business. We're making some extra money, and it's making a difference for us. But, I could see how our part-time efforts can turn into a full-time income here over the next 1 to 2 years. Maybe a good fit for you, may not, but I'd love to give you some more information. You're my friend. The last thing I want is for you to come back a year from now and say, why didn't you tell me about this? We're having a meeting tonight at 6 o'clock online. A few of my friends, we're going to explain exactly how everything works. If I sent you the information, would you be willing to take a look at it and let me know what you think? You can do that while you're going about your day. You can do that just going about your day doing exactly what you do. But let's get back to this for a moment. So let's say that you made $24,000. Well, it is said that a royalty income, the evaluation of a royalty income is anywhere from 10 to 20 times the annual earnings. And so we're going to go off the conservative and say it's 10. So let's say that this year you go out, you go get a few people, you teach them to go get a few people, you continue to fan the flame, right? You started a spark, now you continue to fan the flame over the next year, and you put yourself into a position where you now have a $240,000 asset. Now, I want you to think about this for a moment. How long would it take you to go save $240,000? 5 years? Maybe 10 years? Some people, maybe never, right? I mean, think about it. We have 7 out of 10 people that retire with absolutely no money in the bank, and they're living on 1/3 of the money they couldn't afford to live off of in the first place, which is Social Security here in the United States. So $240,000. Well, let's just fast forward a little bit. Let's say that you continue to fan the flame. You continue to put 3 to 5 people in every month, and you do that for the next 2 years. And you put yourself into a position where your organization starts to grow, and it continues to grow. Pretty soon, you've got a couple thousand people. Maybe you've got 5,000 people. Now your income has grown to $10,000 per month. Now you're in a position where if you want to, you have additional options in life. You can now make a choice to walk away from your job, and you can start doing this full-time if you want to. At least you have more options in life. But here's the beautiful thing. That's $120,000 a year. Okay? Multiply that times 10. That's $1,200,000. You have created an income-producing asset that is now worth $1.2 million. You can now call yourself a self-made millionaire. Guys, I don't know about you, but I don't know of any other opportunity, any other profession in the world today that allows you to be able to get started in a business for $1,999, be able to get that initial investment back within your first 30 days, with the potential to go out and build a possible asset that could be worth as much as $240,000 in your first year, with the potential to be worth this or more within the first few years. This is why network marketing is now the fastest growing business model in the world. This is why this is a $186 billion a year industry that produces more millionaires than any other industry in the world. 112 million people around the world today are involved in this profession. And you are very fortunate that you have the opportunity to be able to see this opportunity at this stage of the game. Why? Because we're just pre-launching. We're just pre-launching North America. I learned long ago, if you can position yourself in the beginning stages of a company that has all of the signs of becoming one of the next giants in the industry, there's a tremendous amount of money that can be made. Well, you've had a chance to be able to watch our 2-minute video. You've watched this product. There's nothing else out there in the world like it. You've been on one of our launch calls, or you've had a chance to attend one of our overviews, and so you've seen firsthand what's happening with the market trends. You've seen the credibility that we have partnering with companies like Toshiba. You've seen the convergence of forces that's coming together. You now have an opportunity to be able to act on an opportunity that could potentially change your family's life. So I wanted to put this presentation together for you so that you could truly see the value of what you have in your hands and hopefully give you all of the information that you need to make a well-informed decision. So with that, once again, I want to say thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate everyone being here today, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Once again, my name is Travis Flaherty, and I'm a president here at World Global, and I am a world changer. You guys take care.